TV is brought to you by WorldSpan, the preferred technology for travel agents and internet travel companies. Alabama fans taking their turf, and they outnumber pretty much everybody else here. Of course, their trip is the shortest to the SEC championship, and they are hungry for a win. Here's how the meet will work. 6 teams will compete on each of 4 apparatus. There will be 6 rotations, and during each rotation, 2 of the teams will receive a bye, and they'll sit and watch while the other 4 compete. There will be, of course, the overall team champion, probably the most prestigious prize, an individual all-around, and each apparatus will have a winner. They drew for how they would proceed through those rotations, and Georgia feels like they got the luck of the draw.
Overall, it's probably the preferred rotation, but most importantly, we're on the floor at the end of the competition competing, and that's where we want to be.
So Georgia will compete as if they were a home team in a dual meet, while Alabama, perhaps their biggest rival, will finish up the evening on a bye, watching while Georgia competes with their score firmly in hand. Coach Sarah Patterson feels like they're ready for a win here tonight.
We've been peaking the last 3 weeks. We've had great meets, both on the road. We had 2 meets on the road and then 1 at home, and they were pressure. I mean, it was, you know, I don't think it gets a whole lot tougher than going against the UCLA Bruins, and I think we responded. So I think we're ready.
Cory, they'll start with a very strong event, and they can make a statement early here by beginning out with big scores on floor exercise. And Raegan Tomasek.
This is a great event for Alabama, and it's a good event to start on to get the jitters out. We had a long opening ceremony. The girls were standing around. Now they need to get warmed up and get that blood flowing early. Oh yeah, they're ready. An amazing double Arabian for Raegan. She upgraded this year. That's an E-level skill. She just dropped into the landing.
Raegan Tomasek, also one of their outstanding all-around competitors, along with Andree Pickens.
Double back, middle pass, nice landing. She's an exceptionally clean athlete. It's really hard to take deductions on her form, and she's added some extra difficulty this year, her senior year.
It's such a big statement to make that Alabama comes out on floor exercise with unquestionably the largest crowd. They can really set the tone for this meet if they put up some good scores in floor exercise. Make it hard for anyone to catch them.
Oh, and it's important to get the crowd on your side as well. This arena is busting. It is so loud in here. Cheers from everywhere. The crowd is on their feet cheering this team on. Great job.
Oh, she finishes up with a real nice floor exercise performance. And yes, Raegan Tomasek has definitely put a tone. Look at this, 9.9. Yeah, that's the way you want to come out of the box.
Brian, it's so important to have the proper technique and timing on this double Arabian. She can't allow her adrenaline to overpower this element, especially so early in the competition.
Auburn's Nell Pate goes on uneven parallel bars, and Auburn upset Florida late in the regular season, so this Auburn team could be one of the ones that steps up here tonight.
And talk about a confidence booster, especially after losing their top all-around performer, Sally Cantrell. Much better handstand there at the end. Her first handstand was a little short. Here comes the dismount, a double layout, difficult, a little flat on the release. That's why she was short on her landing, but a solid bar routine.
Auburn coach Jeff Thompson, and a 9.675. He's probably saying that's not the way. If we're going to step up, a 9.675 is not going to get it. Let's go to Jen Hildreth, the 3rd member of our team.
Fashion certainly takes a backseat to athleticism when it comes to gymnastics, but it's still pretty important. Case in point, SEC championships, it's pretty common for teams to come out with a brand new leotard. I mean, come on, you wouldn't wear an old dress to the big dance. And in the 19 years Suzanne Youghlin has been the head coach at Georgia, they've worn their traditional red and black every year but one, 1993, when they wore shocking pink. Well, this year the Gym Dogs are breaking tradition once again, showing support for national pride, and they will be competing in red, white, and blue.
Our team is not going to be wearing red and black for the first time in 19 years. We're actually wearing red, white, and blue, and lots of stars all over, and we've got fans coming with 500 T-shirts that have a gym dog on the front with a big American flag and United We Stand. So it's not that original, but for us, it's going out there. It's definitely going out on the limb.
Of course, Lori, for the championships, you want to be good, but it doesn't hurt to look good, too, as does Cory Fritzinger, the defending national vault and SEC individual all-around champion.
Certainly an athlete worthy of her stars. The Yurchenko half-front layout, steps back. She was really getting after that landing. Suzanne said early, it's going to come down to those stuck landings, especially on this event. They're only counting 5 of 6 10-0 vaults.
9.850. Here's another look at Cory Fritzinger.
Like I said, the landings are important, but it's important as an athlete not to focus so much on the landing that you compromise your technique. One step back, that's going to be a 10th.
LSU's Nicki Arnstead also competing in the individual all-around and looking for an upset performance here tonight. Could this be the best team LSU's ever had?
Well, I don't know. I mean, from my 4 years, I think it is, and I haven't really seen what other teams or other teams before me has done. But I think of my 4 years, this is the best team, and hopefully we'll go out with a bang.
LSU's getting a big challenge tonight, starting on being one of the toughest events to start on in a high-pressure meet like this. But they said they're ready and they're happy with the draw.
Well, maybe that's just putting a positive spin on it for themselves and their fans. But you have to think that starting on floor like Alabama does tonight is a much better deal.
Most difficult pass out of the way, the back handspring layout, and she nails it. Listen to the crowd. It is so loud in here. It's important for LSU to stay in their zone. They call it the purple zone. It's a different mindset when you come to Beam. You have to calm the nerves down and stay focused.
Use the cheers of the crowd, regardless of who they're cheering for, as if they were cheering for you. That might be a good way to look at it.
Switch leap to a straddle jump and another straddle jump. Nice bonus. Nicki is showing no intimidation here. Just the dismount, round up double twist, nails
nice.
the landing. An amazing routine for LSU. They are happy with that.
Nicely done for Nicki Arnstead, 9.875. She has put up a great score for Dee Bro and the LSU Tigers.
This was a key element right here, the back handspring layout. She's on for LSU in their first rotation.
Hey, we get our first look at Bama's Andree Pickens. What a great story of courage for this young athlete coming back off a torn Achilles tendon, returning for a super season, but only recently getting into the all-around competition, something she's been itching to do for a while.
I've been, training floor for a little while, and I actually got to exhibition at Auburn and Kentucky 2 weekends before that. So I just, I knew my time was going to come, and at first I was like, whoa, we're so deep on floor. So I was like, when is my time going to come? Can I go now? So I've had that itch for a little while.
And Brion, she's truly come into her own this year. Her gymnastics has always been there, but now she exudes the confidence. The personality is definitely there. And she's really hitting those finer details, her landings. Beautiful.
Well, the Bama fans love Andree Pickens, and they bring their 10 cards with them every week for every apparatus now.
Second pass, front tumbling, front full to a front pike. Again, marking those landings. It's all the details that are going to give you the big scores, those 9.9s and 9.95s.
Bartow Arena is such a busy place here tonight, but you know that most of the eyes, at least, are on Andree Pickens out there on the big blue floor.
And Brion, it's an interesting strategy that Sarah has here. She has Andree in the middle of their lineup. She's one of their biggest scorers. Possibly she's looking to help build the scores for those last couple competitors.
Well, we know that the judges always reserve a little something at the end to give a higher score. They hold back a little bit, so maybe that is a good strategy by Sarah Patterson. We'll see if it works out.
And Andree already has the reputation in this conference in the country as one of the best floor workers, so they know she's going to get the score no matter where she is in the lineup. She nails that routine. Amazing job.
And Sarah Patterson right there knew it. 9.900. Yes, not much better than that could you do. So the judges may have held a little something back, but not a whole lot of room left above that score for Andree, Pickens, or anybody else.
Whoa. Such powerful tumbling, opening pass, front through to double back. What I really like here is her landing, marked and held.
We return now to LSU and beam specialist Rebecca Lightsey from Marietta, Georgia.
And this is her event. She missed almost the entire 2001 season when she tore her ACL, but now she's back and in top form, especially on this event.
Well, we saw Nicki Arnstead, who was competing in the all-around. This is Rebecca Lightsey's only apparatus tonight.
Nice big jumps, a switch leap to a ring jump. This is where everyone gets nervous. The tumble series, back handspring layout. She nails it, and her legs were stick straight. No deductions.
Her teammates love that one right behind her there. It has to be so distracting when you're on the balance beam trying to concentrate. The place is coming apart for the Alabama team competing on floor right next to you.
And no distractions right there on that back handspring quarter. Totally vertical, nice control in the handstand. She rolls up on her toes, showing some unique dance elements. She is focused. This isn't a problem for her. Oh, slight bobble right there. She gave away half a tenth on something that is actually pretty simple, a full turn, although she added some difficulty by doing it with her leg above horizontal. Just a dismount, gainer full, a nice job for Rebecca. Boy, LSU is putting together a nice beam team here.
Very nicely done for Rebecca Lightsey. 9.900, just a little better than Nicki Arnsted's score, so the LSU Tigers getting it done.
Maybe a half a tenth to a tenth on the full turn, slight pike down on the dismount, but LSU is hot.
When we come back, more of the Gym Dogs. Marline Stevens on the ball. Arena in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm Brion Trevor with Lori Strong-Ballard and Jen Hildreth downstairs on the floor. Glad you could join us here tonight, along with the Gym Dog fans, the Bama fans, LSU, Florida, Auburn, and Kentucky fans, all under one roof here tonight. And we're watching Marline Stevens and Cory Fritzinger, the two sophomores that Coach Suzanne Yocklin relies on.
Some of our other athletes that are competing, you know, a 9.85 is a respectable score from them. So to ask or expect a 9.9 is unreasonable. So we've got to get those big scores, those 9.9s, certainly from Cory and Marline.
Marline Stevens is certainly capable of it.
Oh, she launches this vault sky high, nice distance. Just a tiny hop on that landing, about an 0.5 deduction.
Well, we saw the 9.85 by Cory Fritzinger as Marline Stevens jogs back towards her teammates. A 9.95. Yes, that'll do nicely, and I think Suzanne Yocklin would agree.
Andrea and Marline will compete tonight for the biggest vault. It's who sticks the landings, and that's who'll take home this vaulting title. A huge score for the Gym Dogs.
And now we go to Alexis Brion, freshman from Virginia Beach, Virginia, on floor exercise for Alabama, where they have been putting up huge numbers.
Quick twitch athlete with powerful legs, a whip to a double back. Really see her own style shining through already as a freshman. She's been a dominant force on the floor exercise for Alabama this year. And I really think not having Andrea in the lineup has allowed her to step up, get some competition experience, and to really compete without being in the shadow of one of the best floor workers in the country.
Of course, she is following Andrea Pickens in floor exercise, which is a pretty tough act to follow. But I think you're right that with Andrea out of the lineup, Alexis Brion coming in, she's gotten the experience and she can hold her own against one of the nation's best.
And she's working off a 9.9 that Andrea just got, so she has a good chance to try and build on that score, possibly get that 9.95, 9.925. Finishing double top, oh, tiny bit short on that landing, a slight deduction.
Finishes up with kind of a mini tumbling pass there to end her floor exercise routine. Freshman Alexis Brion, a 9.9. Yep, holding her own with an equal score to Andree Pickens, and for Alabama.